The high school wrestling individual championship results are in. We'll share the details. We're talking high school basketball conference champs, and we're checking in with Beloit High School and the Beloit Snappers. All that and much more. Keep watching. Your local sports news starts now. Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and here are your local headlines. After 2 days of individual championship matches, the finals were set for the 73rd State Wrestling Tournament. 28 wrestlers advanced in each of the 3 divisions to contend for the state title at the Kohl Center in Madison. Among those were 20 former champions, including Hunter Marco, who won the last 3 state titles. Also, Macy Kilty of Stratford going for the first girl to win a state title. She's the second girl to advance to the final. Make sure you check your screen for the individual championship earners. The team state wrestling tournament is on March 3rd, going through the 5th, so watch for those results next week. After a game-winning shot made by Mitch McFarlane, Winnebago Lutheran grabs a conference title. It was a close game right up to the last 10 seconds of overtime as Winnebago Lutheran had the ball against Omro, who was ahead 50-49. McFarlane, who is the leading senior scorer, found an opening just in time to throw the game winner right before that buzzer. Winnebago Lutheran finishes with the conference title standing at 10-2. Stoughton High School is having a great year all around after winning the prestigious State Spirit of Excellence Award and hiring head boys coach Luke Wainwright, formerly the operations manager for the Badgers. The boys basketball team clinches the conference title. In a close game with the first half against Edgewood High School on Thursday night, the Stoughton boys stepped it up to take the win. After a big award ceremony covered by CW57 and a traditional net cut down, the team moves on with a state rank of 70. In Badger news, the women's hockey team won the first round playoff game on Friday night. Emily Clark, Melissa Channel, Sarah Nurse, and Sam Kogan were the scoring contributors against Minnesota State Mankato at LeBon Arena Friday night. Goaltender Anne Renee Desbians of Wisconsin also had a great night, placing her in a tie for the most season shutouts. The final score was Badgers 4, Minnesota 0. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, please reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching the Sports News, brought to you in part by the Red Zone Sports Bar in downtown Madison. For sports, music, and the best pub grub in town, visit the Red Zone. When we return, we are checking in with Beloit High School. Your sports news will be right back. Welcome back to the Sports News. First, we're talking football. We are talking to Rodney Wadig, head football coach for Beloit Memorial High School, and we're so glad to see you, Rodney. How are you today?
Good to be back, thanks.
Glad to talk to you. Glad to talk about football. So winter is winding down finally, right?
Yes.
There's less than 6 months to football season. So I'm curious, what are you as head coach doing now?
Well, actually, it stays pretty busy because right now, besides the weight room, I'm putting together the summer schedule, getting camp information out to some of the athletes that are looking to possibly play at a college level. And then now with signing day done with the colleges, a lot of colleges start the recruiting of this year's junior class. So a lot of contact with them. So it's actually a pretty busy time period.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose there's really no downtime, believe it or not, throughout the year. This is actually your 3rd season in Beloit. Let's talk a little bit about how the off-season progress is going.
Well, I'm very excited for next year, like I talked about before. For the first time since I've been there, we'll have a core of over 20 seniors back, and most of those kids are working pretty hard. So I'm really excited. I feel like we're on pace, and we're really going to get the program going next year.
Yeah, very exciting. And going into next year, going into this coming season, as you're gearing up for 2016, let's talk about some of your concerns and things that you're going to need to be working on.
Well, I think, one of the concerns is just keeping the younger kids active active and committed. And I think all across Wisconsin, I have the same problem with a lot of coaches now is the participation numbers have dwindled a little bit. So keeping kids out and interested seems to be a little tougher than it did when I started doing this 20 years ago.
Agreed. And why do you think that is? Why has participation become such a concern for a lot of Wisconsin high schools?
Well, I think there's several reasons. Obviously, the concussion aspect and the attention concussions have gotten nationwide. That's been an issue. And then, I think the fact that we start the season in August, real early August, so some of the kids don't have summer to enjoy. I mean, by the time school ends, they get about 6 weeks of summer. And then I think really just oddly, kind of the disappearing of the middle class a little bit.
Yeah, no, a lot of good points. I definitely want to stop on the concussion concern for a minute just because it's made a lot of news, and of course there's been some rule changes. So what do you propose in terms of fixing that for participation's sake?
Well, I think the WIA has gotten in front of it and done a pretty good job of limiting contact, and I think statistically speaking it's still probably more dangerous to drive a car than to play football. But I think really if I were to address it, I think maybe we should wait until kids are maybe 6th or 7th grade to play fully padded football. You can still learn a lot about football, playing 7-on-7 and different things like that. And that, I think just that in itself would limit the amount of contact kids would have, and I don't think it would hurt the game.
Yeah, great thoughts. Well, we'll have to touch on the other two issues next time we have you here, but thank you so much. This is Rodney Wadig, head football coach for Beloit Memorial High School.
All right, perfect. Thanks a lot.
Staying with Beloit, we turn our attention now to the Beloit Snappers, joined by Bobby Kuhn, who's the Director and Media Relations and Marketing Coordinator, celebrating their 35th season. What an accomplishment, Bobby. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm really excited to share with folks at home about the organization, the Beloit Snappers. So give some background first before we get into it, if you would.
Well, we are in our 35th season, like you said, and we're the single A affiliate of the Oakland Athletics.
Very good. And let's talk a little bit about going through the season here. You always have something going on. You're always doing some kind of promotions. Let's talk about what's going on.
Well, we have weekly promotions, and then we have fireworks on some Fridays and Saturday nights. We also have some bobblehead giveaways and some other giveaways as well. So great drink prices, great atmosphere, great family affordable fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great event for families to go and check out, be a part of sports. And let's talk a little bit about that for viewers at home who want to get involved and get out and see the Snappers. What are ticket costs and how do they go ahead and get those tickets?
Well, box seats start at about $8.50. On the day of a game, they're $10. And then you can get general admission in advance for $6.50. And on the day of a game, they are $8. So pretty affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. A great way for families to get out and enjoy some baseball at an affordable price. And let's talk a little bit about some of the other teams out there. What do you think differentiates the Snappers from some other baseball teams in Wisconsin?
Well, we are one of 2 minor league teams in Wisconsin. So we are affordable family fun, but yet we are the single A affiliate of the Oakland Athletics. So we've had 192 guys play in Beloit that have gone on to the major leagues. So not only is it affordable family fun, but it's also very good baseball.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Let's talk a little bit about the 2016 season before we go. What can we look forward to this year?
Well, you can look forward to a lot of fun, a lot of great baseball, and affordable family prices, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of fun.
And I've got a note here too that there are sponsorship opportunities still available for folks. How do they go about learning if they're interested?
Well, you can email us. You can email me at rcoon, RCOON at snappersbaseball.com, or you can just give us a call at 608-362-2272, and we'll get somebody to help you out.
Very good. Well, thank you so much. This is Bobby Kuhn with the Beloit Snappers. We'll be back with more sports news after the break. Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and we are joined now by Dr. Patrick Anderson with Maximize Living. So glad to see you.
Oh, great to be here, Jessa.
So this is an important topic. We're covering chiropractic care in terms of athletes and how they can benefit. It can be great. Share with viewers at home what they can do.
Well, for an athlete, it's very helpful to get checked by a chiropractor to help perform better. As the body's in proper alignment, the athlete performs much better, has less injuries, and recovers faster from hard workouts. So
Yeah.
It's an essential part of their best performance.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about some of the common athletic injuries that you see or that you've seen in your history of working with athletes.
Sure, we commonly will see knee injuries or ankle injuries or even foot injuries from being stepped on, but also a shoulder is a common injury because it's such a mobile joint, and elbow injuries and things like that. And of course, concussions. Chiropractors are very helpful in reconnecting and improving someone with concussions.
Now that's a really good point because concussions are a big topic, one that's in the news a lot, so it's nice that you touched on that. And let's talk a little bit about Maximize Living Chiropractors as a whole. This is actually a group of chiropractors. It's an organization, but you work with many organizations that are athletic. Talk to us about those.
Sure, we have a group of 450 chiropractors throughout the United States. And we've sent 100 chiropractors to the Olympics last year, and we're looking to send a large contingent again this year. But we're the official chiropractors for USA Wrestling, USA Weightlifting, USA Track and Field, USA Martial Arts, Ladies Professional Golf Association, and the Retired NFL Players Association,
Wow.
to name a few of them.
Yeah, well, an impressive lineup of athletes. Obviously, these athletes are benefiting greatly from chiropractic care in terms of performance and also what you talked about in terms of preventing injuries. I think that is something that is really important for viewers at home to know, whether they're part of a greater organization like that or, high school athletes working here locally, that this is something where you can actually prevent injury. But let's talk about when something is wrong in an athlete. How can you sense that?
Well, first the athlete may complain about something, but a much better way of looking at it is get preventative checkups to see how your body's actually functioning. So if an athlete has a short leg or a limited range of motion or a weak muscle, they're going to be more prone to injury and not perform as well. So our job as a chiropractor is to get that athlete in their best possible shape to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you suggest? Advice for viewers at home, parents, athletes out there, high schoolers, club organization athletes, in terms of getting started with a chiropractor?
Well, the best thing to do would be to call our office if you're near the west side of Madison, and or locate a chiropractor in your vicinity that has sports injury training. You can also call the Wisconsin Chiropractic Association. They'll have a list of chiropractors available as well.
Yes, well, this is Dr. Patrick Anderson with Maximize Living, an extensive history working with athletes and a lot of experience there. So Dr. Pat, we thank you for your report.
Thank you.
Moving back to baseball earlier in the week, Rich Reynolds caught up with Team Heat, and here's that report.
And we get a chance now to talk about two of my favorite subjects, one of which is baseball, which is, of course, my all-time favorite sport, and the second of which is Team Heat baseball, which I love because my son Joey plays on the team. And we get a chance to welcome in Jeff and Lana Nelson from Team Heat Baseball and XL Baseball Academy. Welcome on in, guys. We've been looking at the website, looking at your facility, which is going to be opening pretty soon. When are you looking to get opened out there in Jefferson?
Well, right now we're under construction, so we expect to be open in the next couple months here.
Very cool, and the facility looks great. What types of programs are you looking to offer?
Well, besides our travel programs that we have for the last 10 years, we'll be offering camps, clinics, personal training for all levels, all age levels.
Now, if someone's interested in playing on the team like my son did, what should they do? What's the first step?
Go to teamheatbaseball.com, and we got information on there.
Yeah, check out there's all different types of information on what we offer, schedules, that type of thing. So we're pretty excited about it.
And tryouts probably coming up pretty soon too, is that right?
Well, we had tryouts in August,
yeah.
but we do have some openings for the 2016 season.
Okay.
So definitely get in touch with us, visit the website.
Absolutely, that's how Joey did it. So now I know the girls like to get involved as well. They like to play softball usually a lot more. Are you going to be offering softball now?
Yes, definitely. That's our next goal. We'd love to offer that, and that's what we're planning on doing.
In 2017.
17.
Okay, and what is the future for Excel Baseball Academy and the actual Excel Sports Facility?
Well, this is just the phase 1 program that we have, or the facility. Phase 2 will be adding to the complex, which will involve tennis courts, additional basketball courts, fields. We'll be
Baseball
running
fields,
tournaments for baseball fields. It's exciting. Currently, there'll be virtual golf.
Yeah, full complex. I mean, full baseball complex.
Yeah, I think that's all pretty cool. I think it's also really cool, like my son and I did a college visit as well, and basically that's what Team Heat helps people do and develop into that. You even offer some video services, is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, and a college kid that's going to be playing for the Mallards. Tell us a little bit about that.
Ben Rotovet was with us for quite a few years.
And he's from Verona.
He's from Verona. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see him going to play for Mallards, and it'll be pretty neat, really neat.
Absolutely. I'll actually get to say his name then when he plays for it. So I think
exactly.
that's really cool
Yeah.
as well. So very excited about that and glad that you guys took the time to be here again. Jeff and Lana Nelson from the Excel Baseball Academy and Team Heat. Check them out online at teamheatbaseball.com. Jeff and Lana, thanks for your time today.
Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
Thanks so much to Team Heat for your report. We'll be right back with the sports news, so stick around. Earlier, I had the opportunity to catch up with pro golfer Michelle Wie, and here's what she had to say.
This celebrity interview is sponsored by Capital Brewery.
Have you ever wondered how athletes keep their bodies properly fueled throughout the day? Well, what better way to find out than with American pro golfer Michelle Wie, who has had many top 10 finishes in major competitions and was the winner of the 2014 U.S. Women's Open. She is joining us today to provide us some tips in keeping a healthy and active lifestyle like the true pro athlete that she is. And Michelle, I know you're on the other side of the camera there on the other line, and we're so pleased to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So we're going to jump right in. We are just pleased to be speaking with you, but we want to talk to you today about some tips to keep our bodies fueled throughout the day. Obviously, as an athlete, this is something that is very important to you.
For sure. I have some really simple tips. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's super simple, so anyone can do it. You don't need to be a professional athlete to follow these tips. My first one is to always keep protein-packed staples like the Starkist tuna and salmon creation pouches with you at all times. You know, I love to stash it in my gym bag, my golf bag, my suitcase, my purse, just to always have protein on you. You know, after a workout, you should always have protein right afterwards, and you should have seafood 2 to 3 times a week to actually lower the risk of heart disease and boost your brain, which is exactly what everyone needs. And I love these pouches. They're so easy to eat. Just keeping convenient protein is really important. You just rip open these pouches and grab a fork. You don't need a bowl. You don't need to mix it with anything. There's no draining required. You just eat it straight out of the package. So always having snacks, being prepared, I think that's a key.
Yeah, great tip, and convenience is really important, so I think that's great that you've touched on that and how easy it is to just toss it in your bag and have it on hand. Now,
for sure.
Obviously your schedule is really busy, so you know that, better than anybody that convenience is key. How do you maintain that healthy lifestyle though when you are so busy?
It definitely gets hard, but like I said, preparation is key, and I love to meal prep before the week, just to have my meals ready, but also to have go-to recipes that I can use, I can just throw together within 5 minutes. And I have one here for you guys today. That's super easy to make. There's no cooking required. All you have to do, throw in your ingredients together and you're done. So I love to start off with baby spinach. I love a good baby spinach salad. And then I like to get creative and I like to chop up avocado. It's great because it's healthy fat. And then red onion and nuts and seeds. You can throw in whatever you have in your pantry. And to top it off, I love the Starkist Salmon Creation Mango Chipotle because it's sweet, it's spicy, and I love that extra kick. And for that extra kick, I also add red chili peppers to it. And for dressing, you don't really need dressing because the flavor pouch has so much flavor in it that you don't need the extra dressing. But I do like to squeeze a little lime juice on top just to give it that zest. And it's so great because it's low in sodium, high in lean protein, and has great fat like avocado. And it's all ready in less than 5 minutes.
Wow, that is a great recipe, and I like that you say you actually don't need dressing, because I think that's something that people are challenged with when they're trying to eat healthy. Is it's really hard to find a healthy dressing that isn't going to cost you a fortune, or you don't have to make yourself. So having being able to skip that, just throw a little lemon or lime on top, I love that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, these salmon has so much flavor to it already.
Right, yeah, I think that's great. Any other recipes or additional tips for those, ladies on the go, even if they're not pro athletes like you? Lots of folks are looking to eat healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot more recipes on StarKist.com, but one tip that I have for, just for anyone is to always try to squeeze in a workout. I always hear people that complain like, oh, I'm too busy for a workout. You can always squeeze in even 5 minutes. Even 5 minutes in the morning, it helps to circulate your blood, get things going. Take your dog out for a walk. Go on a hike with your friends and, catch up there instead of going to a restaurant. There's so many things that you can squeeze in. And being outdoors, I think it's such a great stress reliever because it's so great to be out in the nature.
Yeah, totally agree. Make time, it's so important to be able to do that. So for you, Michelle, I know, like we said, you're a busy lady and you're on the go. What's next?
Yeah, I have a couple of busy weeks in front of me. I'm going to Thailand and Singapore to play in the 2 tournaments. I'm really excited for that. The 2016 season has officially started, so it's going to get a little crazy for me, but I'm really excited for it.
Well, we certainly look forward to that, and we really appreciate your time and your interview and all the great tips on healthy recipes and ways to stay healthy on the go. This is Michelle Wie, pro golfer, and we thanks for your time.
Thank you.
This celebrity interview is sponsored by Capital Brewery.
Thank you so much to Michelle Wie for your interview. We're going to be back with the sports news after the break. Welcome back to the sports news. As we say goodbye, I'd like to thank the many guests for your sports news reports, and a very special thank you to the Red Zone Sports Bar in downtown Madison for supporting local athletics. For sports, music, and the best pub grub in town, visit the Red Zone. I'm Jessa Jeremiah with the sports news. Please join us next time.